What's poppin', y'all? How you guys doing? It's Dalian King. I am the head software developer for Trusted Signals. Before I tear down my desk, because I am currently moving cross country, I'm going to make this video going over the intricacies of V3, how to utilize the oscillator a little bit better, alerts, and how to optimize the settings, money management, stuff like that. Some common questions that I've seen within the Discord. If I do not cover anything that you have a question about, comment it down below or at me in the Discord, and I will make another video if need be. Because I know that some people are confused. I know some people, this is definitely a learning curve because you guys are coming from a different style of indicators to a full strategy system. So you guys aren't used to or understand how to maneuver certain things. It's kind of like it's almost like culture shock. So I'm going to go piece by piece, by parts. And if you guys have questions, again, Discord or in the comment section. All right. So let me share my screen. Share. Excuse me. So I'm here on NAS 100 on the 5-minute chart. You guys know I love trading NAS, right? So we're going to start with the oscillator. So we're just going to go with the oscillator here. And we're going to use simple things like this vertical line. And I'm going to explain how you can come up with strategies with just the oscillator. So this is part one of the video. So with the oscillator, you need to understand is that this is the main signal engine for the overlay. And the overlay is just the oscillator in the background, but with filters, right? So to filter out signals that come from the oscillator itself. I already went over the oscillator, so go watch the overview video. But I'm going to teach you how to come up with simple strategies, right? So if you combine the oscillator with a sessions on chart, let's see this one, boom, right? And say I only want to trade New York session, right? So boom, let's just get rid of everything else. This is 8 o'clock, so this is perfect, right? Boom, this is New York session start, and this is New York session end. Perfect. All right. So I only want to trade NASDAQ during the New York session. My strategy is commonly known, but let's just go over it, right? So in the oscillator, we open up the settings. You can have it multi-time frame, right? When you're scalping, I usually just have it same as chart. So if you drop down to the 5-minute really quickly, this is the time frame I usually like to trade. And a lot of you guys have your simple price action and stuff like that. So I'm gonna make it so you guys understand how to use this with automated trader, right? And how to back test the signals. So with the oscillator, we have Simmons chart, squeeze expansions, right? I like using the volume weighted moving average. And then I like to drop it down to 21 length because you'll get faster signals that way, right? A lot more scalping signals. So what are my rules? Rule number one, I want to trade during New York session, right? So here it is. New York session starts here. What did we get? What did we see? Boom, just broke a resistance there, right? Let's get rid of, just broke a resistance there, broke, retested this level over here, right? So you have this small level that you can zone out if you chose to, right? Break, retest, pretty simple strategy. Because if I wanted to enter on a level 2, which is a confirmation, so you have the dots, you have the diamonds, then you have the triangles that signify level 3 alerts. So say I want to just get in on level 2s, right? So I'm in on level 2. So I wait for New York sessions to start. Then I wait for a level 2 alert, which happened on this candle. I see that we just broke resistance and I want to go up and take that buy, right? So let's think automated trader alerts. Long position, and I usually go with currency.com. My stop level is 50, profit level is 1,100 points. You didn't hit stop loss. Boom. But say you did. Say you did hit stop loss here, right? Which you didn't because it didn't take it out fully. you're a couple points away, right? So you did hit 100 points, but let's say you didn't. Boom, stop loss. When's the next valid signal? The next valid signal will be right after this, will be right here on this candle, right? So now we just go up for another one. On this candle close right there, click, 1,000 points, 500 point stop loss, and you hit that. Boom, continuation. This next candle gave you that buy signal. It's just a momentum trading strategy, right? Now you made your 100 points for the day. Now you cut your risk in half, right? And now you probably have a trailer from this entry, and maybe you want to compound your entries. You're waiting for a second level 2, and you got it right here. Bam, same strategy, right? And this is just an example on how you can easily kind of find entries with this thing, right? This is your entry criteria, right? And you can see the squeeze expansions coming up. You can see we're losing slight momentum, and then it peaked up again, right? With high volatility. You have to understand that these aren't huge momentum candles. So this squeeze expansion is showing that we're losing momentum, even though it's trickling up. There's a significant difference between that candle, in which you can see the volatility spiked, and these little candles in which there's not a lot of volatility. Momentum and volatility are two different things, right? So this is showing volatility, which is why you're getting that blue expansion here at the bottom. But you're losing momentum in this area because it's just trickling up. It's almost like, you know, drops of water. You know what I'm saying? You're losing a lot of momentum. So you can easily just kind of back test the results of this thing and see how it goes, right? Level 2 entry on this candle. You probably wouldn't want to take this entry, right? Because you're still in a downtrend. You haven't broken any highs. So you wait till you break a high. Boom. Let's see what 25 points get you, right? 25 points. 25. Oops. 1-to-1 risk to reward, right? You probably went up for a good 50 points here. And then you catch that, or you don't take the buys at all and you wait for down selling signals, which you got on this candle, right? So you match the trend with the signal. Boom, bearish candle entered, ticks. So boom, 500,000, bam. Stop. Oh no, I put my stop level in reverse. My apologies. And then there you go, right? You probably caught like 90 points, and then trailed your stop and you would have got out, right? Or your trailing stop would have been taken out over here, right? So this is really easy. Match the trend with the momentum. New York session started, right? Looking for a sell signal because you're obviously in a downtrend, right? From the previous day, you haven't broken any highs. You're only breaking lows. So what will you be looking for in this circumstance? You'll be looking for a break of here, sell signal, short. If you want to break and retest entry, you get in here. If you're the type that likes to catch the momentum, sometimes I like catching the momentum. Once you get used to learning how a symbol moves, you'll notice that once it breaks a low and it retests, it's kind of a shoe in, and I can deal with drawdown because I'm comfortable with my strategy. And you're watching my strategy in real time, right? So this is an easily back testable strategy. Boom, right? Bam, break highs. Now, in this circumstance, New York session started right over here. And I'll make more in-depth videos about New York session trades, right? Because sometimes if I see that we're in some type of a range before the 9:30 open, because this is a liquidation strategy at this point, right? Then I will wait until 7:30, or I'm sorry, 10:30 to look for entries. So I like to let the 9:30 happen. But say you did it, right? Say you got in right here, and that's a level 2 alert. Long position. Boom. This is that's a TP2 out of 100 points. So how I like to measure it is I go profit levels 100, 500. And what I like to do is 25-point TP1, 50-point TP2, and 100-point TP3. And this definitely hit for like 50 points and then reversed. But if you also get in on the break of this room right here, you catch the rest of the trade, right? Just scalping signals, right? And this is all about trade management. So you guys need to learn how to manage your trade as well, right? Boom, manage your trade right here, or you can get in once you realize that it failed to make a new high, because you can see here came down, boom, failed to make a new high. You guys could have got in sooner, right? You actually did get in sooner than that on this candle right here, level 2 alert. You also got this level 2 alert right here on this candle, right? I'm not even looking at the oscillator. I'm trying to give you price action and stuff like that and seeing the colors of the candle. So you avoided this. You see if it's going to create a new high because you're realizing that this, right, broke resistance, break and retest. It broke, fell back under, retested the bottom side, right? So some people might know this as breaker blocks. Some people know this as support and resistance. This is just a zone. Let's just look at it as an overall zone, right? Broke up the zone and failed to continue upwards. So that 930 pushed up, came back down to retest, but then failed to create a new high. So now you can see that bearish engulfing candle. So say you still got in here. It's at the same level right here. Boom. 100 points. Let's look at the day before. This is obviously a ranging market, right? So start a New York session, level 2 alert. Let's see how this goes right here. Profit level. Man. So let's look at it from this entry over here. Before it came up, you hit TP1, right? You hit TP1, almost TP2, and you moved your stop to break even at the TP1. You secured profits at the 25 points, and then it came down, right? Cool. Oops. So you hit that, boom, got in, and it took you out over here. Now you have this zone that just got broken and it retested. And what did we find out about the last one, right? This is obviously the day before. It didn't continue. It created a new high, right? So now you're in this range bouncing up. So now you're seeing it may want to trickle back up. Now you're looking for more buys, right? Or this is just a ranging market because you are within this range and it didn't break out at all this day. So based on your trade management, you probably either ended around this 25 points, right? Or you try to catch this little trickle up that happened here, but you can see here, momentum is not on your side. So this also helps you stay out of ranging markets. And this is just the oscillator, guys, right? So boom, again, here we go. Pre-market high and low. It's around here. Right? New York session. We also have this low. First level 2 happened here, but we didn't break up. You get a level 2 buy. You don't enter on a bearish candle. You wait for a level 2 buy. Boom, broke above. Long position. Bam. Profit level 100. 500. Done for the day, right? I mean, it's just me running through it. I'm not even giving you guys the intricacies of New York session and the distribution accumulation times and all the reversal patterns. This is just straight momentum trading, and this is how you're going to do it if you wanted to trade something like GJ. Let's talk about GJ real quick. So let's see any other pair. Oh, let's look at gold. A lot of you guys like to trade gold, so we'll look at gold. Right, same thing. New York session, right? Let's scalp gold here. And this is gold on, I don't like using, like I told you guys in the first video, certain brokers don't provide volume data. So it makes it really hard for certain indicators, such as the one that we have, to work well. So let's look at global prime. There we go. So you can see the difference, right? Global prime provides volume data. So this is what the indicator is based on. It's momentum and volume indication, right? So this is Friday. We don't trade Fridays, right? Cool. This is 8:30. Boom. You let this candle go. New York session. This is probably news, I think, as well. Let the candle close. You see level 2. Now you measure the difference, right? So the price measurement on gold versus indices are completely different. So I think the stop level here, 5 points. So that's 5.84. So you just find the math, and then maybe you want 100 point, which is no, that has to be 1,000 if I want 10. Okay, cool. That would be 1,000. I want 10. Some certain brokers also change their decimal points and ticks and stuff like that. So keep that in mind. So right above the candle, right? 10-point stop loss. You want 1-to-1. Done for the day. Level 2 alert. So let's stick with this framework, right? 1,000 points. Boom. Level 2 right here. Entered on this candle. Yep. Bam. And the reason why I'm entering here is because if we look at the beginning of the session, I see that we have a low and we're failing to create new lows. So you're trickling up. So no, it didn't break until this candle, but you caught this candle, right? So if you're matching up where you are in price with the timing of the session that you're in. So you're in New York session. That's correlated to New York banks, right? Gold, USD, New York session. You see you're trickling up. Boom. Let's look at 10 to 10. And this is me just showing you guys in real time. You know what I'm saying? 10 to 10, 1-to-1 risk reward. You're done for the day. And then obviously, if you wanted to get in after it broke its low on these level 2s, maybe this level 2 right here, you obviously caught that as well, right? If I entered here, yeah, that's another for New York. New York pushes up, then and corrects itself. Maybe 1 out of 10 times you'll see New York sessions such as Thursday on NASDAQ where it just continued, right? That's rare. Usually it always goes, it pushes in a direction, then it corrects that direction on the second phase of New York session. So look, down here, right? We see trend line, boom, break, right? We got that break of a high. New York session started. So now you're measuring breaks of highs with time, with momentum, right? So you have to take into account New York session started. What does New York session start? Momentum. There's buyers in the market. There's sellers in the market. The shit's pushing up, right? So push. Level 2 entry on this candle. Boom, right here. That and a level 3 entry. Done for the day. And then even if you chose to get in a little early, that's a level 1 entry, right? If I'm seeing it correctly, that's a level 1 entry. And you can see that's like it barely broke, right? That's technically equal high because I look for the bodies to close above certain levels, not wicks. But you can see 1-to-1, 10-10, you're done for the day, right? So I'm giving you guys a scalping strategy that you can use. And obviously, if my full take profit is 10 points, right? That's my full take profit. That's take profit 2. What should my take profit 1 be? 5 points, right? So let's start measuring that, right? So we can see highs here, right? I see a high here that hasn't been broken. New York session starts. I see that it's failing to create a new high, right? So now I see level 2 alerts. Let's just give an example of us entering the first level 2 I see. Boom. And this is me providing a framework for you guys to learn how to backtest yourself, right? 10-point stop loss, 10-point take profit, right? So I entered over here and we definitely hit take profit 1, right? Then we went 8 points into profit after that. So best case scenario, you moved your stop loss to break even, you took off 50% of your trade, and the risk got hit. You're still profitable for the day, right? Let's look here. New York session started. We're clearing lows. Now, this would have been a viable entry, right? And you would have lost. Not a problem there, right? I don't need it. You would have lost. I'm going to just keep it at that. 10. You would have lost, right? Because it did break lows, right? And then you entered, you follow the rules, you lost. It's fine. Now, what also can happen is you may exit early because you see you got a flip on the oscillator if you're managing your trade. So maybe you did catch this, right? But let's say you didn't. Boom. Now you're looking at this. Let's use common sense. You lost the first trade for today. You can see price continually pulling up. And what did it do? Let's pull out the brush. You got a break. So you got a low, a higher high, a lower high, a higher low, and then a higher high, and then it needs to create a what? A lower low, right? So once you start understanding that, I wouldn't have entered this. I wouldn't have entered this buy here. I would have let it create its low, looking for a test of this level and a rejection. It broke this level completely. So, bam. I really hope you guys learned from this. Done. So now you're either break even for the day, right? Or you probably didn't get into this one because there was no retest. And really, you didn't break a low because I just peeped that there was a wick over here. You didn't even break this low. So you didn't even enter a trade, really. You didn't even enter a trade, right? So you either made some money here or you avoided this waiting for a break of this high and then got into this sell. It's all about how you visually see the trade, right? So here we go with this one. Low, high, break above, right? Needs to create, you guys should know not to enter in these big ass volatile candles, right? Boom. Next level 2. It's probably around here, right? So I don't think you actually won this day. Maybe you got to 5. Yeah, you hit TP1, right? And then it ranged for the rest of the day. So I don't even think you hit final take profit because 10 points is down here. You didn't get wicked out, and then you just kind of range for the rest of the day. So you hit take profit 1 here. So that's a good entry, right? Self-explanatory here. London sells, New York buys, right? Broke high, level 2 alert, giving you guys a strategy you can run with. Level 2 alert, next bullish candle, 100. There we go. Done for the day with a trailer, right? Low was broken. Low 2 alert, New York session started. Nice volatile candle. If you get comfortable with the strategy, you enter. But let's keep it strict. Boom. Bam, right? So now you see that you hit take profit 1 and rolled in. Or once you get comfortable with the strategy, you can see that you didn't create a new high. So you actually got in when the oscillator told you to get in, right? So gold, NASDAQ, using the oscillator. And part 2 of the video is me going over the overlay.